Hi everyone and welcome back to Nine Boulevard. My name is Mbali and today we're going to be judging people on the internet. I'm not even going to try to hide it. We're doing Am I the a-hole? And I think I added Am I the butt face in there because some of them were just too messy. Am I the a-hole for showing up at my ex's wedding in a pretty dress? It's giving petty revenge. Not even pity, it's just giving pity. It's just giving pity. My ex and I had a peaceful divorce. We co-parent our 3 children together and there haven't been any issues. My ex is getting married to Stephanie. I like Stephanie. She has been great with my kids and makes my ex happy. My ex invited me to their wedding and I was so happy for him. It was my day with the kids, so it made sense for me to come with him, was his reasoning. When I arrived at the wedding, Stephanie thanked me for dropping the kids off and brushed me off. Oh, Stephanie, why? It was all going so peaceful. Why? We had never had issues before. I explained that I was going to stay for the reception and she was very upset. I was confused because I assumed she knew I would be in attendance. It turned out that she didn't consider that I would actually accept the invitation. I told her that I was invited and since I took the 2-hour drive, I will be staying for the entire duration. She didn't like my response. Stephanie asked me to leave and I stood my ground. It's her wedding day. Okay. And I stood my ground. She went on to complain about my dress upstaging hers. My ex and former mother-in-law helped to calm her down and the wedding shortly began. I thought that it was the end of it, but later in private, Stephanie accused me of trying to ruin her special day. She's convinced that I wanted to show off and make the wedding day about my divorce. I just want to see the dress because I cannot make judgment. Ooh. It's literally called a wedding dress mermaid bridal gown. You knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. Nah, definitely the a-hole. First of all, it is her wedding day. Your husband's also the a-hole. To be honest, he should have at least told new wifey or Stephanie and maybe even told you afterwards that you actually can't show up to the wedding because now you drove 2 hours out. 2 hours is a long time. You drove 2 hours out. You wear the dress is wrong. You drove 2 hours out. You got a dress, and now you are there at the wedding with your children. So. Yes, I don't feel like Stephanie's in the wrong at all here because she was blindsided. And you upstaged her. Why would you wear a red mermaid gown? Red mermaid bridal gown. You knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. You're wrong for that and you knew what you were doing. Let's read some comments. I love it when these posts are skewed to be, but I didn't do anything wrong. And then you see the dress and it's literally a red wedding dress. Yeah, no, she's definitely the asshole. Ridiculously so. Oh, apparently, she deleted a previous post. Okay. Before OP deleted their previous posts and comments, they apparently had bragged on True Off My Chest about upstaging the bride at her ex's wedding. Girl, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. Don't do that. Don't be that girl. But anyway, am I the butt face for publicly shaming a mentally disabled coworker I'm the boss of? Okay, I'm gonna be blunt. I'm a manager at a very small gas station, but I have very little power. I can't fire people or write people up. I basically just do more paperwork and side jobs and I sometimes chew the employees out if I'm told to or see something wrong. I have an employee whom I'll call Jay, who's on the lower side of the still functioning autistic/ADHD. He was hired as, oh my god, this is not going great. Okay, he was hired as he is a distant family of my boss. To say the least, he is a nightmare to work with. For 7 months I've tried being nice. I'd put him to the side and talk to him about his issues privately. I talked to my boss about firing him or writing him up. And I was always told no. No one gets fired unless they steal or something. Similarly. No one gets fired unless they steal or do something similarly extreme on purpose. I asked not to be scheduled with or around him, but I still work with him 2 full days a week because The store is so small and I still deal with him every day, or at least half of my schedule. Not a single issue was fixed or corrected after 7 months of being nice. This is the month I've reached my limit of tolerance. I've started publicly being mean to him when he does something wrong. Ironically, things have started to get better because of this. He hasn't stopped everything, but he's much better about things. Here are some examples and things I've said so far. Yeah, I'm actually getting scared to read these. Alright, him. Following a woman around flirting, asking for hugs. Ooh, that's kind of cringe. I loudly shouted, Jay, you're creeping her out. Leave her alone and go do the job I assigned you. Jay should not have been followed. Okay, but it's okay. I told you to label this box 3 hours ago. It's almost a half-hour job. You had no other jobs other than dealing with customers and we aren't busy. So why isn't this long done? Usually because he's creeping on women or kids. Yeah, you know, I had my opinions about this, but now it's like the creeping, you know, and like the fact that boss man won't fire him is just making a little, you know, just because now your customers are getting uncomfortable. But anyway, he always gives an excuse or just says sorry. I'll say, okay, I'm dealing with customers. So you sit next to me in front of everyone so I can watch him and deal with the job now. You are to do absolutely nothing else. And I'm going to watch you so you don't run off again. Why the hell are you outside chatting when I have a line of 6 people? He was freaking out a woman and following her to the car to talk. Eesh. Why the hell are you touching and tickling child? Oh my gosh. Why the hell are you touching and tickling a child you don't know? Don't touch people's kids. You're being a creep, Jay. Go do your job. He will say something like asking for a hug or a kiss, or he'll ask if a customer is single, or a number of inappropriate things. I now snap at him verbally to stand to the side of me. I take care of his line, then I make him go stand off to the side in a sort of timeout, and I make him write what he did and what he'll do better or won't do next time. And then I make him come to the back and vocally read his explanation and think what he'll do better next time. He then gets told no and to redo the paper, or he is told yes and he's given another job away from the customer. Recently, this has led to him having a meltdown and even crying after I called him creepy and yelled at me to stop telling him what to do when I told him to go to work on his assigned job. Also, before everyone says quit, my job isn't one that I can leave, as it is the only one in the town or online that will accommodate my massive amount of sick days I need for an autoimmune issue of mine. So many things here. Okay, first of all, Jay is really weird. Jay is kind of creepy. The beginning of the title kind of like let me off because he was like, oh, a mentally disabled coworker. But this issue and what he's doing doesn't really have much to do with his mental disability and more with the fact that he is making people feel uncomfortable. So since Bossman doesn't want to take him out of the situation, he has to learn how to like work with people. Otherwise, the boss is also going to lose customers. So it doesn't make sense. And I mean, he was just telling him to do the right... I don't know. I think I'm going to need y'all help for this one because it's... he shouldn't be so mean. I don't even think he's that mean. You know? He's kind of just like telling him what to do and how to act right now while he's at work with people that he's creeping. I don't know. I think he's not bad. You're not a bad face. This is on a bad face account. Next one. Luna, what are you doing? You gonna read with me? Oh, what fell? He just wants to disturb me. It's okay. We'll wait for the tail to leave my face. Alright. Am I the asshole for cancelling the surprise marriage proposal at my house when my daughter's boyfriend told me to make sure that my son didn't act too gay at the event? Okay. My daughter Jaylin and her boyfriend James, both 25, have been dating for 2 years and he's been living with my family for 1. All this time, our families have come to know each other through word of mouth only, despite living only a few miles away. We never met in person. I don't dislike James. The fact that you put it in quotation marks means you kind of dislike him just a little bit, but it's okay. But neither am I a fan. He's okay most of the time, but sometimes he treats Jaylin poorly. Okay, I get it, Mama. I get it. He's short-tempered with her, he orders her around too much, and he often speaks to her in a condescending tone. Perhaps equally disturbing, his attitudes toward just about everything are radically right-wing. Okay. He's not a bad person per se. Every time she puts it in quotation marks, I feel like she's like, she wants to say the word, but she feels like she can't. So she's just like, a bad person. No, he's a bad person. Say it with your chest, sis. Say it. Okay. He's not a bad person per se. He just has an unpleasant disposition most of the time and is my polar opposite. Jalen is nothing like him either. I guess it's true that opposites attract. Through all this, my biggest problem with him is his attitude towards my son Devin, who is bisexual. James has never said anything overtly hateful, but his phobias are obvious. Rolling his eyes or snickering under his breath when he thinks no one is looking. You see, those ones rather say it with your chest. He says he isn't against the lifestyle, but he doesn't believe in it. When I asked him why he said it, he says it's hard to explain. My daughter, for better or worse, is highly suggestible. Okay, she's also a very easygoing individual who defers to him more often than she should. So she asks, like, should I? Must I? Can I? That's a little sad. But anyway, a few weeks ago, James told me that he was planning to propose to Jalen on Valentine's Day and wanted to invite his family for the event. Naturally, I thought it would be wonderful for everyone to be in attendance, so I agreed. But the last few weeks have been pure hell. The first remark, be sure you don't turn on the television when my parents are here. Followed by, don't serve store-brand chips or soda for snacks. Don't correct my parents' grammar. Make sure the bathroom is clean. Sounding a little judgy there, James. You've been living here all this time and now all of a sudden you have stuff to say? Come on, okay. It's been one thing after another. Finally I said, look, you're starting to piss me off. How much of a moron do you think I am? Do you think I've never entertained before? He laughed it off, saying he was just nervous and that he didn't mean to offend. But he didn't stop. Okay, James. Last night after dinner, he pulled me aside and said, one more thing. You will make sure that Devin doesn't go far off the deep end in front of my parents, you know? Make sure he doesn't act too gay. I throw hands. I would throw hands. That's when I always gotta get out of my house and tell my child not to be himself just because your parents are bigoted. That was it. The proverbial last straw. I lost my temper, revoked the invitation, and told him to find somewhere else to propose. Yes. This threw the whole house into an uproar, and there was no way to avoid Jaylene finding out about it. She was furious with me. She said James changed his mind about proposing to her altogether, and that it was my fault. She said I ruined her life. At first, Devin supported me, and so did half of our family. Now even Devin says I should have kept my mouth shut and put up with it a bit longer. Your mom was standing up for you, you know that, right? And even if... Also, what would make you feel like it's okay? Like, no, she shouldn't have... No, this man was wrong. He was in the wrong for even suggesting what he was suggesting. And you're just gonna be like, no, mama, you gotta keep your mouth shut. No, Devin. No, honey. Let people stand up for you when you can't. Just allow it, you know? So, am I the asshole for ruining my daughter's surprise proposal? Nah, I would say no. Personally, that's me. You guys can say what you feel in the comments below. I cannot stand people like judging people for the way that they are and trying to please everyone else. Like it's making somebody suppress who they are to please other people that have nothing to do with you. Like honestly, if Devin respected Jalen's family and respected that the relationship that... Obviously he didn't because he was out here making comments this entire time and rolling and speaking under his breath. So I'm saying no. Personally, no, mama, you did your job. You stood up for your child. You probably saved your daughter from like horrible things. So, yeah, not that for me personally. Okay, but there's an update. She's still not speaking to me. I saw them bring up some boxes from the basement, so I think my worst fear is being realized. If she moves out with him, I don't know what I'll do. I won't be able to protect her at all. Info, this happens to me all the time. So I should have made it clear I'm mom, not dad. Yeah, I kind of figured that's a mom attitude. I mean, even the fact that he was in the house, I don't know about dads who would allow something like that to happen. So I say not the asshole. Personally, I feel like you have to stand up for your kid. And if she moves out, just let her be. Let her go sort her own life out. She'll come back when the time's right, as long as she knows that you're protecting her. As in for Devin, I don't know. Devin, just let your mom stand up for you. Maybe. might be good for you. I don't know. So this one's already tagged asshole. I just want you to know. But like, let us decide for ourselves. You know, really shouldn't be telling us what to do. Am I the asshole for borrowing my husband's work laptop without permission since I bought it for him? I'm sensing some entitlement, but let's get to it. Yesterday, I had issues logging into my Facebook account on my computer and went to borrow my husband's laptop to see if I could log in from there, I'm guessing. Sorry. The laptop was in his bag and he left for work shortly after. Later, I got an angry call for him asking where his laptop was. I said I borrowed it to check my Facebook login, but he ranted about how I caused him grief at work by taking it without even asking. I reminded him of who bought this laptop to begin with. Should not have done that. Don't do that. But he said it was supposed to be a gift from me. True, I felt sorry for him and I wanted to get him a proper laptop for work, but is it a bad thing? He said still I shouldn't have taken it and that Facebook... Why is this person spelling this way? I can't... Okay. He said still I shouldn't have taken it and that Facebook login issue was not an emergency. He came home looking upset and avoided me. I thought he overreacted to this, but he snapped and said I caused him shit at work. 100% asshole. If you buy someone a gift, it no longer belongs to you. Like, genuinely, it now belongs to the person that you bought it for, and you have no right or claim to it, really, because it was a gift. It belongs to them, not you. Cool. But he doesn't understand that if you didn't log into Facebook at that very second, you could have missed an important update on your high school frenemies' latest MLM venture, or the humorous meme that you totally relate to, or a notification that it's the birthday of your mother's neighborhood's dog walker. You asshole. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, dude, Facebook is not that important. You just... Can you imagine getting into trouble at work because of Facebook? And because somebody felt like it was more important for them to be on Facebook than for you to show up to work prepared. And not even saying anything, like letting him go off to work, like, get there, seeing his boss like, oh, yeah, I need to pull out my laptop. Oh, my laptop. He looks like a child. You know when you were a kid and you forgot your homework and you actually genuinely forgot it this time. Like you genuinely forgot it this time. Trauma. This is back trauma. You genuinely forgot it this time. And now you're looking in your bag and like your teacher's looking at you like, I see you didn't actually do your... You're like, I promise I did. I feel like that's the moment that he had because this woman needed to go log into Facebook. Definitely. Sorry. Am I the asshole for showing up to my husband's doctor appointment? It's already labeled asshole, so like I just want to see where this goes. Because that sounds like a sweet thing to do. You go to the doctor, I got you, boo. You know, but it doesn't seem like it goes over well. Let's hear. My husband has been dealing with some health issues the past few weeks and has been frequently visiting the doctor. I asked if I could go with him, but he refused, saying that it wouldn't be necessary. And when I asked why he wouldn't want me with him, he said he felt more comfortable having privacy with his doctor. I jokingly asked if his doctor was a woman and he glanced at me. Oh Lord, okay. I anticipated his next doctor's appointment and decided to go meet him there. He went in and 10 minutes later I entered the office, identified myself as his wife, and he was shocked when he saw me. I greeted his doctor, a man, LOL. Oh, girl. Not only did you not listen to your husband's, wishes, but you also look like a fool. You look like an idiot. Why? Oh, just trust the man sometimes. I know it's a bit it's a bit hard in this day and age to actually trust a man, but yo, now you look stupid. You look stupid. And we talked, but my husband refused to even look my way and refused to speak as well. We left the office together and he went off on me in the car saying I shouldn't have followed him followed him and came out to the doctor's office after he asked me for some privacy. I said it was alright, I'm his wife and I already even know what his issues are and I just wanted to show some support. He said I overstepped his one boundary and refused to respect his wish and made him more stressed than he already is in these hard times he's going through. I thought he overreacted, but am I? So yes. Sometimes you just need to respect people's boundaries, bro. He said to you, like, please don't come up. Don't show up. This is me time. I need to speak to my doctor, my male doctor, and you just need to like chill for a little bit. And I know she might be worried or she want to show support, but like you can't show support in ways that make you feel better. That doesn't work. You have to try and like meet people where they want to be met, you know? Yeah, I did it. I'm sweating. It's so hot. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back hopefully with more Am I assholes, because apparently there's a whole lot of assholes out there, and yeah, I don't really have an outro, so bye.